This is the second half of the Awaken. I know it's a shorter one. I thought it would be a little longer, but there wasn't a whole lot left. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks, and let's get started.
That we wrote in there like, hey, this is not an optimal choice by any means. We'll let you use it a little bit if you have to, but please understand that is a highly processed, chemical-laden, manufactured, denatured protein source, devoid of all the fats that you need for satiety, typically outrageously laden with mercury, aluminum, lead, and glyphosate. Even when it says organic, typically what they're doing is shipping it to China. It's processed there. They can add any poison they want to it, call it still organic, and it comes back to you. They've tested, the levels are off the chart. They're toxic and poisonous, most of them, and they're raising your insulin pretty high. Now, I know some of you are going to struggle to get enough protein in and need a little convenience. I will make a post very specific for the vegans as well on something that I think are acceptable protein forms, and I leverage in office, and that would be an essential amino acid supplement. I'll list several, 5 or 6 that I have no affiliation with, and you can know about them, and you're getting all the essential amino acids in 5 calories, no insulin response. It's like you're fasted, and it is vegan. So I leverage, and the vegans are going to have to take that 3 times a day. There's really kind of probably no way around it for that, but that's something I've been seeing it. I thought, oh boy, I'm going to have to help you with this one. And I'll have to do it in another video or something like that. Ashley, we can talk about it. Okay. Cause that's a little complicated. Yeah. All right.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll deep dive into protein powders. That will be a do not miss.
I'm not. Okay. I want to say one thing before you take off, Dr. Rimka.
Okay.
The A1 dairy, you guys, I'm just letting you know, I have never done dairy very well, and Colin can contest to that. When she turned me on to the A1, I didn't even know what that was, and I went and I bought it, the yogurt.
The A2. You went and bought A2.
Oh, the A2. Sorry, my bad. The A2. No distension, no gas. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was my personal experience of it.
Yeah, I can do it like maybe another little video on dairy.
A2 dairy.
Yeah, A1 versus A2, and just dairy is one of those tricky ones where some people do well, some people don't, even A2. But if you are struggling, like people, weight loss resistance and struggling and last little 5 pounds or 10 pounds, I'm usually taking the dairy away, all of it. And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
You can eat a Snickers and you can daydream.
Snickers, but no A2. Yeah. So A1, A2 just means there's 2 different types of casein. It's a protein inside the dairy. The cows have been manipulated here genetically to make an A1 casein. They're supposed to have an A2. That's the natural state. And you can find farmers that do it. Now you can even buy A2 pasteurized stuff, homogenized in a grocery store now. It's a whole brand. Raw dairy typically is a different story as well. So that's what she means. And some people, it's a dramatic difference. I take them all off dairy and I say, well, one day I probably can get you back on, but it must be A2. And then we heal them and I say, now try it. And they're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah. Now it's a healthy food for you instead of a toxic poison.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Amy, I just have to comment real quick on Amy's comment. She said, Ashley, here's the sign that Awaken needs to fill all these supplement gaps. And I just have to do a quick pitch that it's coming. Some of these things that you guys have been saying in here, they're coming at our kickoff event. So make sure we've got you covered. And for what we don't have covered for right now, we'll get you covered. Dr. Rimka will help us out with that. Okay. I know we're over, so we're going to give us, though, this is probably, so that was so much important information. Oh, don't apologize, Dr.
I am sorry to everybody who listened to her spiel, the doctor, because honestly, as much as I don't know all of what she's talking about, it was a lot of information, and it seems a lot of it can, at least from hearing it seems, if I don't fact check, which I do need to fact check for this stuff, you let me know if it's not just like an anecdotal thing, because it sounds a lot more anecdotal than anything else. So that's just my opinion on this. This is just how I'm viewing how she talks and what she like. Not that I don't think she's credible, but it is sketchy to have a doctor in an MLM company supporting that, because I feel like it's only based around money most times than anything else, not health.
Everybody in the chat's like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I've been under eating my whole life. I don't think people really understand that one of the reasons they might be overweight is because they're starving themselves. So I think we hit on some really great things. And then this part, though, I think is so important. We're going to go into really setting the tone for your transformation journey. So Colin, Janie, I'm going to kick it off to you for the final 2 slides, and you guys open your ears, open your hearts, because allow these, what they're about to tell you, resonate with you, so we can really kick off this journey together. Okay, all you guys.
Well, first of all, Dr. Ventura, that was a clinic. You guys got some really great information.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
the one thing you did say, you said a lot of great things that leads into our conversation. What is that?
Are you guys getting feedback?
It's weird. Getting feedback. Was that you said, the part where you said that people have been talking crap to their bodies and basically beating up on their bodies and hating their bodies. And your body, all the stuff you've gone through in your life, all the stuff you put your body through, it's the one thing that's always keeps showing up for you. And so the mere conversation is saying, thanking your body for, why is that echo? What's weird?
There's somebody not muted.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mhm.
Okay. Mute all. Mute us.
Let's see, I'll mute all, and then you guys will have to unmute again.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are good.
Okay. I thought that should, I wanted you to go back to that, and I wanted to go back to that and have you guys really think about that. I still hear it. It's weird.
That's okay, just go.
Because it's so important, and that when we talk about words have power and what you thought, almost every transformation journey has started and failed with your mind.
Mhm.
Your body was still doing what it was supposed to do. The diet or the modality we're using was working. The person that said it wasn't working was you, not your body. And usually because you're judging it by one way of checking if it's working or not, and that's that scale. And that's why the measurements are so important. The photographs are so important, because you see your face every single day.
Oh, Colin, will you unmute? Sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
You see your face every single day. That's
Your
where
face
we are.
every single day, and you often can't see the subtle changes, but yet your spouse or your people at work will be looking at you like, oh, you look like you're losing weight, and you'll go, no, it's only a couple pounds. So like we said on the walk this morning, I really want you to pay attention to what comes out of your mouth, what you think, especially what you say. You can think something, and that's bad enough. But as soon as you speak it out to the universe, you've now multiplied it by 1,000 times. Your battery's going to go dead.
Sure, in a way, yes, you can speak into the universe. Doesn't mean it's always going to happen that way. And just because you may not have a positive thought right then and there doesn't mean it's also going to happen that way. Yeah, a lot of things do involve retraining your brain and to help grow. So I just find the dangerous aspect to health and wellness companies is they're so quick to be like, oh, losing weight, that means it's working. When you say it's all these other things that they're trying to go for, but then they always aim for losing weight. Why is losing weight the only thing that matters when it should be your health and becoming better for yourself, not just what you look like physically and feeling like that's bad? Like, you should love who you are regardless, obviously. I have a hard time doing that myself because I don't personally feel like my body is that great. I wish I had a different physique in general, but that's neither here nor there. But you have to be able to accept things as they are in some way, and to push constant toxic diet culture in these MLMs is very dangerous.
So typical of you. So if we blink out, it's because of JD's battery.
No, we're not. Keep talking.
Anyway, I'm gonna follow you to the plug.
Sorry, my bad. So
Let me
worth
chime
having-
in while she's doing that. And when
Right.
you talked about the water, you had the water image, right? There's
Yes.
different numbers to say we're 60%, 80%, 70% water. Depends on how you're measuring it, really volume, space, whatever.
Yeah.
The quality of your health really is determined by the quality of the structure of the water that you are, because it's creating the entire charge of your life force. And those words that do that to the crystals of water in a glass, what do you think they're doing to the water in you? They
Yes.
are changing it. And I'll let him continue now that they have
You're mostly water, so think about that.
Yes,
Just
it
think
is.
about that.
Yeah.
So, and on this journey, and when Ashley's talking about take the time to actually read and say the affirmation out loud, when we do the body classes, take the time to stop and say the morning affirmation. You're starting to relearn how to speak to yourself with kindness and love instead of the things you say that you say to yourself that you would not say to your kids or your daughter or your child, but you'll say it to yourself when you watch yourself walk by the mirror. I want you just to be present enough to catch yourself, because it's not going to turn off overnight. I want you to catch yourself, and if you do catch yourself, stop and go, no, that's not me, and say something
Nice.
kind to yourself.
Yes.
All of this, everything touches everything. And you can come here and you can follow the nutrition plan or the nourishment plan. You could do the exercises. And if you're still having a dialogue in your head that's saying completely opposite of that, you're wasting your time. So I want you to really, really, really lean in over these 8 weeks of being kind to yourself, having grace for yourself, listening to your body, and feeding your body what it needs on all levels. That means emotionally, spiritually, physically, and that's what I wanted to share. You wanted to add anything?
I just know that most people are always talking about your thoughts and your words and all that, and they're really important. They really are. The other thing that is even more important, in my opinion, you know what they say about opinions? We all have them. And that is the feelings. The feelings that you have, that is the magnet that takes it into the future. So what thought you have, make sure the feeling that you have is what you want, is what you want. Because you can go, I'm a millionaire. And in your heart, you're going, my ass, I am. That is fear. That is sadness.
Or like with a lot of people, it's reality because we're not millionaires. Would we love to be? Yes, because at least if us that live in the normal everyday working 9-to-5 jobs would make that money that millionaires make and not use it towards helping, I don't know, the world and our economy and our globe and like stopping climate change stuff, would probably be greatly impacted in the best way instead of for greedy corporations like these MLM companies. But you know, they don't care about that. They just care about making money in that way. So it's upsetting because there's so many times I hear these people talk about millionaires and brag about them, and yet they never do anything of real purpose to help people. What are they doing to help those in lower classes and in the poor and in that are homeless? What are they doing to help them? Nothing. Nothing, because it doesn't benefit them financially. They're not going to do it. Just like these companies. They don't do anything out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it because it benefits them financially. That's an issue that's irritating for me, in my opinion, to bank so hard on this company for something. It may not last. It may not last, and it more likely won't because the FTC shuts this stuff down because it's a pyramid scheme, in my opinion. But this is just my rant. I'm sorry. Let's continue. I know this is a shorter video from the last one, but it's, it is what it is. But I hope you enjoy still. It's just irritating.
That's not going to be a magnet that's going to take you into the future. So if you can get anything, please, you guys get this. Thoughts and feelings go together. They go together. And put them together in a powerful way is a powerful statement that you want and a feeling that brings you joy. That will get you and catapult you to where you want to be. I promise.
Yes. So
And
that's
just do something that makes you feel joyful, you guys. Like sometimes like you can't conjure the feeling. Get up and move. Get up and dance.
Yeah.
Get up and call a friend. You know, go do something that brings you joy. Go buy yourself flowers. Oh, don't, I can start singing the song. So, you know what I mean? Like, but do something. Sometimes, you know, it's
So
like,
obviously, now that I realize what she said, that this song, the song from Miley Cyrus came out a while ago. So I realize now that this video came out right around that time. So about, I guess it was about 2 months ago, something like that. But anyway, go ahead.
get it. You're like, but I'm supposed to feel joyful. I'm miserable. Well, get up and put on a song that you like. Call your best friend. Pet a dog. Go to a shelter. I used to have no dog, and I used to go to shelter and pet him because I wanted a damn dog. Right.
yeah.
Let me just add this on. Remember, you guys have heard the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? Very famous sales book. Everyone's heard this book, right? So what Colin and Jane were saying, Colin was, yeah, you guys start talking to yourself. You'll catch yourself, right? But you're trying to win friends and influence people. You're really trying to win one friend, you, right? You're trying to influence one body, yours. How influential do you think you are? I know I don't get anybody to do anything by degrading, belittling, and shaming them. That is not a powerful motivator to do anything in life. So why would you think you're going to get yourself to do anything that way? It doesn't work. And you actually know that. You're like, oh, right, that sounds stupid. That I would never, like, that doesn't work. You don't,
I don't think they're aware.
What?
I don't think they're aware. I don't think most.
Well, now I'm telling you, now you're aware, right? It's like, oh, right.
Yes.
That doesn't work.
Yes.
It's not working for you. So do something new.
Yes. Yes.
Talking mean hasn't worked. So I'm going to suggest you start talking nice. Hey, Queen, how are you?
Hi, Queen.
I love that.
I love you, goddess.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
Yeah, this
Say
whole,
that in a mirror.
right? This whole 8-week journey.
That I'm not saying is wrong. Speaking kind words to yourself is good to do. I will admit that's a good thing you should try to do. I need to learn to do it myself. It's very hard for me to do. So I understand.
Is about trying something new, trying on a whole new way of being for size, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and watch it grow on you, right? And we mentioned here, you know, give up to go up. Like we call it give up to glow up. Give up one thing you're willing to give up this week or for this challenge you choose. We go with week at a time, somebody's easier, that you know will make a difference in your transformation journey or in your life. So if that's your, you know, Frappuccino at Starbucks that you've had every day for the last 5 years, but you're saying today, for this next 8 weeks, I want to feel differently. I want to look differently. I want to emerge from this experience differently, then give it up. Choose to give it up. It's a powerful choice. You're giving it up to go up. You're giving it up to grow up or glow up, whatever resonates with you. Everyone gets to choose what that is for them. There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. There's no, you know, big or small. But the fact that you're making the choice puts you in the position of power, that you're choosing this for you, for your highest good. And so that's the invitation that we invite you to take on during this journey. And it could be, you could choose, I'm going to give this up for the next 8 weeks, or I'm going to give you up for the next 8 days. It's entirely up to you. But we invite you to do that, take it on. And if you do take it on, we invite you to go into the community and share what it is that you're giving up to go up. Because accountability, telling people what you're going to do actually puts a higher level of accountability on you. And you also feel celebrated because people are gonna go, you go girl, you go guy, I'm with you on that. And you'll actually find people that actually go, oh, that's a good one, I'm gonna do that. So that's also an invitation.
And the accountability partner comes into that.
Yeah.
Play a game. I don't like to use the word work. You know what? Let's work. Let's work at this. Let's not. Let's play.
Yeah.
I like to play and I like to work.
Those aren't bad ideas for sure. Playing does make things easier to want to do it versus just work. Granted, work isn't bad. I have a part-time job and I like the work I do, and I like the people around me. So it's not all negative or whatever, but it's everyone's viewpoint. That's subjective. So it just depends on how you view it. But they're not wrong. Trying it, looking at it from a different point of view as like play. Oh, sorry. Over work might adjust your mindset better, which isn't always bad to have. Like thinking differently is never a bad thing normally. As long as you're not feeding into the toxic positivity aspect, because that's just going to lead you down to how a lot of Christians view things. Like it's always a positive for stuff instead of just accepting things as they are, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
Well,
Let me
I
say
have a
this.
thing about
He's
work.
right with posting. Saying it is one thing. It's even better when you do it and you brag about it.
Yes.
I'm going to suggest you brag.
Yes.
Yes.
You come in
Own it.
here and you brag. You
Yes. Yes.
strut. You
Yes.
throw some swag in it.
Yes.
Guess what I did this week?
Yes. Own it.
Yes.
Brag
Yes.
on yourself.
Yes.
So,
You
and I
don't
want
do
to,
it enough.
yes, I want to be clear on this too. Like it can be alcohol, it could be your latte, it could be, but it could also be things like not eating in front of a computer or in front of a TV. Negative self-talk. That is, if you guys are willing to give that up for 8 weeks, that's probably going to be one of the hardest things to give up.
Yes.
That cancel, delete anytime you have a negative self-talk and replacing it. So you can think out of the box when it comes to this, but yeah, think of one thing you'd like to release, give it some thought.
I'm going to suggest one for people to consider. We haven't talked much about it. Sleep, revenge, procrastination, staying up at night, saying, I'm going to give up going to bed past midnight. You know, something like that. You know, I mean, it's quick little things. Women who go to bed between.
On if you have kids and if they're sick or whatever else, it can be difficult to get to bed early, depending. And as a mom myself, I have a tendency to stay up longer most nights after my kids go to sleep, so I can either get something done or just have time to myself or live by myself, because I like to do that. But that's just me. I'm sure other moms in here can let me know what you think, because that's just how I view it. I take the time to try to indulge in something that I haven't done in a while. Like I try to draw, color. I want to take up another hobby soon. Might do videos on that. Let me know what you think. If I start working on a dollhouse, let me know if you want me to do videos on that, because I personally love dollhouse. But that's just a hobby. But yeah, so like I do photography as well. So, but it's hard to do it at night, obviously. So I can't do a whole lot of photography by then. But outside of that, I try to do things on my own. So it's hard to say, yes, put yourself to bed right away early if you're a mom, because I understand where moms come from and why they want to have time like that to themselves, just to decompress and not focus on anything or want to be touched or want anybody to want them for something. So, in my opinion, that's why we don't go to bed early. Just my opinion and my viewpoint and where I've come from.
8 and 10 p.m. are always healthier and thinner. That is the sweet spot for women.
Thank
8
you.
to 10 p.m.
That's my wife.
Thank you.
8 to 10 p.m. The adrenals kick in at 9 to rebuild, and you're missing that window. If you chronically go to bed at 11 or midnight, boy, you're missing the boat.
Yeah.
Love that one. Love that one. I need to work on that one. Okay, Colin and Jane, I'm going to kind of let you guys final thoughts on setting your intentions for your transformation journey.
Yeah. This is a big one, because sometimes people are afraid, based on their past history, on their old stories, that if they speak something out that they failed in the past, that they're going to repeat that behavior. I'm going to invite you to shake that off. I'm going to invite you to literally go,
Literally shake
it off. The body remembers what the mind forgets, guys. And so there's a lot of things in your past that you think you've forgotten, but your body's remembering it physically. And you get to release that somatically. So when Janie says shake it off, I mean she's physically shaking it off.
mean it.
When Dr. Winkler says dancing is a great way to somatically move energy out of your body. So really think about the intention you're setting for this. I said on the walk this morning, that make the intention that you are going to finish this 8-week challenge. Nothing is going to get in the way of you actually finishing it. Because remember I said that most transformation journeys they live and die in the brain or in the mind, that you come up with a story, you'll start believing that something's not working for you, and you'll stop instead of following it through. If you just make that commitment, no matter what happens, no matter what the scale says, no matter what the evidence you think you're seeing or experiencing, you're not going to stop until you get to the end of this 8-week journey. It'll be a game changer, an absolute game changer. Not only you have more self-confidence, you will actually get the results you want, because most of the time you're quitting prematurely. It's not the modality, it's not the diet, it's not the supplement, it's not any of that. It's you creating a story that's not true.
And it will build self-trust. If you stick to what you said you're going to do, it's called self-love.
Yes.
It is called being a man or a woman of your word. And you need to trust you. If you don't trust you, forget anybody else.
Yes. The number one stealer of self-confidence is breaking small promises to yourself.
Yeah.
Every
Always.
day. So the more you can keep a promise to yourself, if it's just, I'm gonna get up in the morning and drink my glass of water before I get out of bed, or if I'm gonna have my protein breakfast, and you do that, every day you'll build more confidence.
Yeah.
So that's the invitation.
All right, so that was the end of that. I hope you enjoyed the last little bit of this video. Sorry for fumbling around with that stuff. But yeah, it's just frustrating to have these toxic diet culture MLMs keep popping up all the time. Always come up with the newest product for all this crap. And my allergies are acting up. I'm sorry. So it's just irritating. And I want you to tell me your thoughts, where I can improve. I'm sorry. I've been lacking on my videos. I'm trying my best. I'm still trying to get to 1K. I hoped I would be there already, but I'm not. Also, check out my TikTok and my Instagram if you're able to. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. It'll probably be on the olive tree people next. So have fun with that, and I'll see you soon.